Hey guys, welcome back to Gore Next Door with Lola Grave.
And Vincent Jallow.
Woo! What's going on?
Nothing.
Nothing?
You're amped up today.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I got some big plans after the podcast.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, okay, I probably shouldn't share them with the audience, but yeah, exciting.
Sorry,
So,
audience.
yeah, so, but it's going to be exciting, so I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, cool.
Not that I'm trying to rush through this or anything, but I'm looking forward to that too. So.
Good.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
All right. So, what's going on? Am I carrying this podcast too?
Yes, I thought you said you were.
Okay, no problem.
I thought you
Yeah.
said you always had to carry the podcast.
Well, I mean, yeah. But I saw you writing a bunch of stuff down, so I thought you might want to get some of that out there right away. But if not,
maybe.
This week we watched a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I was unwell for a lot of the week.
Yeah.
So we watched a lot of stuff.
We did.
Yeah.
Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Never seen it.
I can't believe you'd never seen it.
Yeah, no, I never did. Good flick.
Good flick.
Yeah, really, really good. I can't wait to watch that with my daughter. That was fantastic.
Yeah, I think she's gonna like it.
Yeah. I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just when it first came out, didn't think I'd be a big fan of it. Didn't really look like my thing, but you convinced me to check it out. You've been telling me to watch it for a while, and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I like both the actors in it.
Yeah, they're both good.
Both really good.
Yeah.
Tyler Labine and Alan Tudyk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. Good.
Yeah,
I'm glad you like that one.
So that was good. Yeah. What else do we have on there?
Loved Ones.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, that was a Sean Byrne one.
Yeah.
Who's the guy that did Devil's Candy?
Oh yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah, Devil's Candy.
Really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Loved Ones is about a girl who invites a guy to the prom and he won't go with her because he's got a girlfriend or something like that, and she kidnaps him and tortures him.
Yeah.
Basically. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So a little bit of a different take.
It was.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of a well done flick too. Like it was wasn't quite what I was expecting, and I liked it.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Like in general.
Excellent.
I could see why you're a fan of that one.
Yeah.
The directors like the Devil's Candy for sure.
Oh yeah, Devil's Candy is like so good.
Yeah, like I've seen it and we watched it together, and it's good. So it was cool checking out another flick by that guy.
Yeah.
Good. It was solid for sure too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched that Eileen Wuornos. American Boogie Woman.
Yeah. I think we talked about that.
You recommended it.
Yeah, I picked it up off a guy who it was like a Redbox release. So I have like the Redbox case, which is cool. Like kind of a collectible thing since that's defunct. Yeah. If you're watching since episode 1, you'd know I talked about this.
Yeah.
But I like that movie a lot.
Peyton List,
yeah, because it was kind of over the top and kind of trashy and fun. Like I like that kind of stuff.
It was kind of over the top. It was kind of trashy. It was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Lydia Hearst was in it. Peyton List. It was. I'd never heard of that aspect of her story before, so I was intrigued when you mentioned it because I've seen a bunch of documentaries on her.
Yeah.
It was not super well done.
No,
but it was interesting.
It was low budget. I mean, aside with that story, and Tobin Bell's in it. We didn't mention that.
Oh yeah, Tobin Bell's in it.
He's like the main.
Should have mentioned that. Yeah,
like her husband or whatever.
Yeah. But Eileen Wuornos, when she was a young woman, marries an old rich dude.
Yeah.
And his kids are like the same age as Eileen at the time. And they're trying to figure out what's going on. If she's like, trying to steal their money because he's a rich guy, and
But that's the story. I mean, I don't think anybody's known that story even existed. Like that portion of her life. I didn't know. You're a big true crime person. I don't think you knew about that either, right?
No.
Like we were talking about that. So
yeah,
kind of weird, but
and we know parts of it at least are true. Like some of it is clearly seems like it was bullshit. According to like the way the guy was like interviewing her because he was doing an interview. But parts of it are verifiable, like the marriage.
Yeah. Well, there's even photos they show at the end in the credits. I mean, this is legit. I mean, it's, but who knows if the details are accurate or not, but. Like I think I said before, it was like watching an episode of Melrose Place or something, which I had no problem with, and that kind of trashiness. So it was super fun for me, and the low budget and that look, and having her in there as the Eileen stuff, like it really attracted me to watching this thing, just because of all these sort of things came together for me. Mm-hmm. But the average person might think it's total crap. Besides the story, which is interesting.
Yeah.
But that's a definite rewatch for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Tobin Bell in there too.
I know Tobin Bell. I was like, cool.
Yeah.
Gotta like him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was good.
Yeah. Diener, 89.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think?
Same as you. I'll watch Fubar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Fubar 2, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Those are both good. Diener 89 was looking really forward to it because of the Fubars.
Yeah.
I don't know if do American people know Fubar?
Well, I mean, they might, eh?
I don't know, eh?
I don't know. I mean, they know Trailer Park Boys, so they might. But
yeah, true.
No, I mean, the first movie, yeah, I mean, I love. The second one was good too. But this trailer kind of was. I was like pumped up, but there's scenes in the trailer like this looks amazing. But I kind of had a feeling there was some even in the trailer. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be great.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't end up being great in my eyes.
No, I was not super impressed. I was looking really forward to it when I heard it was coming out because of like Fubar. Yeah, very Canadiana Fubar. And this one was kind of fairly Canadiana as well, but it fell short.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bummer. Another one that I made you watch, Black Phone, because you had never seen it.
Yes. Not bad.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, it was pretty good. What did I say after that? Yeah, like it was good. I wish there was like maybe more stuff like showing, like stuff being perpetrated against this kid, like just a little bit more dark evilness.
Yeah.
Or something. But I mean, I realize that's not the case. And then it's a Blumhouse movie.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
But it's more of a ghost story than like a, torture-y, killy thing.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But no, like I'm looking forward to the sequel. That's why I wanted to see it, because I want to see the sequel. I want to check it out at least.
Yeah.
So I knew that I should probably watch the first one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, no, it was good. You liked this one.
I really liked it. I mean, I love Ethan Hawke, so I thought he played a pretty good.
He's great. Yeah.
Pretty good bad guy in it.
Yeah, which he doesn't normally do, right? It's kind of weird.
Yeah. Yeah. So I like him in that kind of a role.
Yeah.
And yeah, he kind of seemed like sort of normal Ethan Hawke for parts of it, and then he would like dip into that like gravelly, messed up dude. Yeah,
I like stories like that. I like these stories where there's some kid goes missing or there's children going missing. I mean, I've been watching those kind of movies for a while. Like since I was a kid. Like I like that sort of story. Maybe I'd seen so many other things like I wanted to see a little more like darkness or something. But I mean, it depends how you look at it. I mean, it was pretty dark. But yeah, I mean, overall,
like child abductions and stuff like that. But I mean, it wasn't. I don't think he was a child molester or anything. No. I don't think the storyline had him as being a child molester. It was just a child murderer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it could have been darker if he was like a child molester, or if he was, like fully torturing kids and stuff like that. But it didn't seem like that was part of the deal. No.
It was, like I said, it was. I'm glad I saw it. Yeah. But it was exactly kind of the way I thought it might be. Like from the trailers, I never really watched. I was like, it seems like it'll be all right. And it was just, for me, it's just all right. But the overall, good story. Like I like that kind of story. So I was glad to see it. I'm looking forward to see what they do the second one.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Me too, definitely. Next up on the list that we watched was Chained.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic.
I mean,
you love it.
It's Vincent D'Onofrio, and I thought he did a really good job in it.
He did.
I really like him. I think he's such a great actor. Basically, he's a serial killer. Vincent D'Onofrio is a serial killer, and he abducts women all the time. And he abducted a woman and a child, killed the woman, and made the child his slave, I guess. He chained him to a wall in the kitchen. Yeah. And made him clean up his dead bodies and feed him and stuff like that. Make his food and stuff. Yeah. So it's, twist at the end. Were you even paying attention at that point?
I'm just trying to remember. Was a twist at the end. Oh yeah, and then the kid gets in there.
The kid gets in there?
Yeah, he gets in there,
No, after that.
Oh,
after
I
that.
probably wasn't listening.
Oh my God.
Okay. What happened? What was the twist at the end?
So
just whisper it. No. what was it?
They kill him in Vincent D'Onofrio.
Oh yeah.
And then the kid goes back to his home, his dad.
Yes.
Tracks down his dad, and it turns out his dad actually paid Vincent D'Onofrio to kill his mom and the kid.
Yeah, I remember that now.
So twist.
Yeah, so that was
way to ruin it, but
yeah,
nobody's probably going to watch it anyway.
No, I mean it was like great story. Like I love that kind of
The
story.
storyline was great. It was gritty and it was dark, and I thought you'd enjoy it because it was like a gritty, dark, kind of a But no,
I thought it was grittier and darker. Even reading before we watched it, I was like looking at the thing, like IMDb, like this is this, and like the synopsis, and like the whatever. Is this good for children to watch? Like that sort of thing. People are talking about. Oh, this happens. This happens. Like, this sounds wicked. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, there's kind of like there's a lot of off-screen stuff, like you said.
Yeah, a lot of off-screen stuff,
and the implied stuff. And so no, it was good. And the budget, the low budget, and the way it was shot, and it seemed kind of crazy, but that's fair. But I think it was I mean, I get it. It's a cool story.
Yeah, I quite like the story.
Yeah.
And the last one that we watched is something that was something that you liked. There was a documentary called "We Kill for Love." So I'm gonna let you run with this one.
Well, it was a documentary we stumbled on. That's about a documentary about
on Shudder.
On Shudder, was it on Shudder?
Yeah.
The long lost, the long lost, 90s basically erotic thriller. It was like all about erotic thrillers, and like it was like 2 hours and 45 minutes. Got a little long towards the end there, but just going into all the classic 90s titles and like the whole genre itself, and discussing the genre, and having like like insiders from that, like people knowledgeable about the genre talking about it, which I don't know why I wasn't on there. And like
I don't know, hit up the director and
with my collection,
give him what for. Yeah.
But all the titles, like, we recognized quite a few of them.
Oh, they must have listed like 150 titles.
Probably, yeah.
So many. And they had different like actors that were in it and different directors.
Yeah, directors. Yeah. Jim Wynorski was on there, Fred Olen Ray, who I love to talk about on here.
Yeah.
And interviewing them, talking to them about the genre, and like why it exists, and how it goes back to the early film noirs of the 40s and 50s, and where it kind of started with that sort of hard-boiled private eye kind of stuff, and like the dame and all that stuff. Yeah. And it's still true to this day. You can sort of see that in a lot of those films. But I like those films, and it talked a lot about the sex in these movies, and like the love scenes and this kind of stuff, which is obviously that's what makes it an erotic thriller. But I just the whole story, like I was saying, like, that I really like about these movies is like the double cross, the woman, hiring some guy to kill her husband, or vice versa, and somebody's cheating on somebody else, and like with somebody else, and stuff like that. And so it's interesting to watch that stuff. And so there's always a thriller element to it, which I like. So.
Yeah, lots of women with guns.
Women with guns, yeah, for sure.
Pissed off women with guns.
Yeah, like. Yeah. And some titles are more racy than others and stuff, and I mean that's why you rent these out in the 90s. That was a big thing, right? It was easy to rent these movies.
Some of the titles were a little bit hilarious.
Oh yeah,
but
so just fun all around. But it was good to see somebody took the time and had the knowledge to put all this together. I didn't think we'd ever see a documentary. I never thought we'd. Yeah. There's a lot of horror ones, and even slasher ones. Just focusing on those genres specific. But this was just really cool to see, to stumble on this, number one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it was, almost like perfect timing for some of the stuff we talk about. We've been talking about these other movies.
Oh, we've been talking about a lot about erotic thrillers. Yeah. And
so
throwing one in every couple of podcasts.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of those movies are lost forever unless you own the tape, because they just never transferred on DVD. Like I have, I don't know, maybe let's say 60 on tape.
Okay.
But like on DVD, I think I maybe have 10, and like those are the only ones you can find. Yeah. But then I have some like film noir stuff that kind of crosses the line too. But but they're like hard to find, and a lot of them they're literally, had this guy not brought this thing out, like you wouldn't even, these titles would be lost. Yeah. Period. That you wouldn't even know how to search for them. Yeah.
Well, even he was saying, which one of the things I found interesting was he was saying that so many of them are like released under different names as well.
Oh, right. Yeah. That was cool.
Plus, there were ones that have different covers. Like he showed 3 separate movies, completely different movies that all use the exact same cover. Yeah. Which I thought was weird.
That is weird.
Yeah. Yeah. But then like this one, like he was like, like tape beside tape. This one was this, and then they changed the name to this, and this one was this, and this one.
Yeah, like in a different country or whatever. They changed the title
like completely. So many. Completely. Like not like a translation. It was a completely different thing. It's interesting. Like the guy definitely knew what he was talking about.
He really did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was really exciting. I'm gonna have to try to pick that Blu-ray up. Just I found that it's available. So just to have it in a collection. And, yeah, it's just really cool to see that. So
it's definitely one to watch if you want to delve into erotic thrillers and get a list of erotic thrillers to watch, because they listed so many, and the synopsis of a lot of them, and what was going on in a lot of them and why, and like even just talking about how so many of them had use the same actors over and over again. It was just like a little erotic thriller family,
kind of.
That lasted for a couple of years, and I don't know how many years.
Well, I mean, there was some in the 80s, but like it was kind of like 90 through 95 was kind of
So like 10 years.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, maybe even less, but
yeah, interesting.
Like
I think I'd seen maybe 5 out of the 150 or whatever that they had, or at least heard of. But I hadn't heard of a lot of them. So that was definitely a keeper for you, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad. Yeah, you look pretty happy when you were watching it.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, it was fun. It was a fun watch.
That's good. I don't know how many times you were like, "This is the one I was talking about."
I know.
This is the one I was telling you about.
Right?
Yeah. It was great.
I know. Good.
Yeah. So I'm glad that exists too.
Yeah, it was a surprise, but that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So want to delve into the crypt?
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right.
So we are continuing on with our French extreme horror category. This is 12.
Oui.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Part 3, which is probably our last part, at least for now, anyway.
Sure.
And we watched the first one that we watched for this was Frontiers.
Mm-hmm.
Do we say the S? Do we not say the S? I don't know.
Frontiers.
I don't know why it's in brackets.
Yeah, I don't know.
From 2007.
Yeah.
So, I don't know any of the starring people necessarily, but the director is Xavier Gens. And I actually had heard of him.
Yeah.
Oddly enough. Because he did a couple episodes of Gangs of London, which is I think TV series. It's like 3 seasons or something like that.
Yeah.
About gangs in London. And Lupin, which is a French show about Lupin is a gentleman thief.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's got, I think, 3 seasons as well. He directed a couple episodes of that.
Oh, okay. I've heard of that, but I didn't know he directed that.
Yeah. Well, 3 episodes anyway. Both of those are really good. I think both of them are on Netflix. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. I think Lupin new season's coming out soon. I think Gangs of London just came out a while ago. Yeah. So synopsis. There's a group of hoodlummy types. There's like some big riot in Paris.
And we talked about all these movies kind of revolve around like that sort of that time period. Yeah. They're all like 2007, 2008, except for like High Tension was a little earlier. But yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
So there was these riots. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like
political
unrest. So it was riots and these group of young kids were like out thieving and general bad behavior, and then they drove off, and one of them got shot and stuff happened. They got separated. Anyway, so they end up at this little inn in the middle of nowhere. Sketchy inn in the middle of nowhere, and shit goes sideways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
Do you want to read that last sentence there or no? Are we going to touch on that in a bit? Or
that the inn was run by cannibal Nazis?
Yes.
That part?
Yeah.
You think that's an important part to mention?
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's pretty much why shit went sideways.
I mean, yeah, it did, right? Like it was. Did you like this movie?
I did. Yeah.
Like it's not like inside territory though, are we?
Oh goodness me, no, no. Like inside is like. That one's
yeah. Well,
so good.
What
like
would you
I
rate
really that? This one. I mean, like Inside, I think I rated an 8 or something like that because it was just so good. Maybe even a 9. I can't remember. It was really good. I really liked it. Frontiers, I think I gave a 6.
No, that's about right.
Like it isn't fantastic.
Like a lot, yeah.
But it's watchable. I would watch it again. I probably missed stuff.
A lot of people like this movie and they really think it's. First off, before we get it, like this movie you can't find this movie anywhere without watching it like dubbed, and if you can even get that, and just to try to find it somewhere else is almost pretty. So I mean, I have a Blu-ray, but it's German and French. I mean, I speak French, so I could watch it in French because it's in French. But I mean, like the German stuff. But we could not track down a way to watch this
No.
with the English subtitles. Finally found a way to find it, and we watched it like that. But so very hard to find it that way.
It was hard.
Yeah.
Like you search for a while for it.
Yeah. But a lot of people like this movie. They say it's the best of the French Extreme thing, and I mean, I get that.
Ooh, who are these people?
Crazy people? I don't know.
No, I don't.
I mean,
why? What makes it better than
I don't know.
Inside?
Just it's amazing gore and stuff. I don't know. It's just like your standard hostile kind of stuff, really, isn't it? There's some
even
the thematic part with the Nazi stuff. I mean, maybe it makes it more intense. And they're cannibals, but we don't see them like eating people.
No,
like,
and there wasn't tons. There wasn't like tons of torture.
Not tons.
Stuff like
not overly graphic.
No, it wasn't overly
like
graphic.
it's graphic as you could make it, but I mean, it's this today's day and age. It's everything's kind of blends together in my mind. It's graphic.
I didn't find it that graphic.
Like, I mean, the Terrifier movies now. There's
that whole other
like some of that's kind of. But it's still, I mean, it's still just people ripping flesh off or doing something. It's kind of
ripping limbs off or.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like, I mean, but the story itself it's intriguing. That's a kind of a cool concept. I'm not a huge fan of like movies where there's Nazis in them. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, it's just not like, I'm not interested in it.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Like, I'm like, who cares if they're like, why do they have to be Nazis? Why can't they just be like regular, weird, creepy? Like, why make them Nazis on top of it? Like, is it like now it's more intense because they're Nazis? I don't know.
Honestly, like that being a plot point to this didn't really make sense.
Well, it didn't.
Like, there's literally the only reason you know that there's Nazis is because this one guy is like Nazi-like.
What, the leader? Oh, that one.
The old dude.
The oldest guy?
The oldest guy.
And then the guy with the dark clothes, maybe too. Like he had the typical German pistol.
Yeah.
Wielding that around to show that he's like the guy in Return of the Living Dead, the morgue guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the same gun.
Exactly.
It's always like that, whatever it was.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called, but
so,
yeah.
Some kind of a Ruger or something. I don't know. But anyway, it's just weird. And so they didn't need to make that in there. So I'm like,
no, it was almost like a forced plot point.
Kind of.
They made this guy come in and like speak with an accent and say some random things that were a little bit Nazi-ish, but not very much. And in
French too, by the way.
Yeah.
He's a German guy speaking French.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
So, but the concept, these guys stay there, and then there's the two women in there that are kind of leading them on into this scenario. And I don't know. You have to see it because it's lumped in with that, and it's we got to watch it.
Yeah.
But I mean, not my favorite movie.
Yeah.
I've seen it a handful of times now, and I already forgot like parts of it already in my head.
Yeah.
Like, I got the general thing, but like it's kind of like I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
I get it.
Like, I really want to like this movie, but I've seen it a few times now, and nothing that sticks out to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really stick out to me either. Yeah. Like, even trying to think of like gore stuff, I was like, was it gory? Like, was there anything? Like, even, there was like supposedly disfigured babies in there somewhere living in the storm drains.
Yeah.
And they didn't even really show anything like that.
No.
How they would survive, like, as babies in a storm drain is beyond me. Anyway, but yeah, it was just, some of the stuff was just weird and didn't really make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know. It was all right. It was worth a watch. It's no Inside.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Next up, we have a visitor who's yelling. Ash, say hi to the camera. Oh, now she's quiet. So our next Crypt pick was Livid from 2011.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So directed by Andre Bustillo and Julian Maury, who also wrote Inside.
And directed it.
And directed. Yeah.
Yep.
So yay for them. I really had high hopes for this because of that. Okay, let's get into synopsis, I guess.
Let's do that.
So basically, a nurse, nurse trainee, I guess, goes into an elderly woman's hi Ash into an elderly woman's like house that she's like, you know, she's like over 100 years old and she's dying and she's like, you know, like a home care nurse kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And finds out there's supposedly some kind of a treasure in their house.
Yes, yes.
So she ends up going back to her boyfriend, and they decide that they're going to rob the house to try to find
this treasure.
To try to find the treasure. Yeah. Yeah. So that's basically what happens. That's the synopsis, and it turns into being like a trap, and bad stuff happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. That like seems to be a theme a lot of the movies we watch, eh?
It does, and it's weird bad stuff.
Yeah.
Like strange, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they show up on like Halloween night to go in there and try to find this thing. And they kind of, like you said, they get trapped in there, and like they start to uncover these. Am I talking about this or it's just?
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of. It's just first off, this movie reminds me a little bit of like Suspiria. If you've seen Suspiria, and you know like the three mothers, Mother of Sighs, and like they're these three witches running this ballet studio.
Yeah.
Well, this woman, you said she's a school ballet. It's like an old ballet school kind of thing. Maybe not the house itself, but this woman used to run that.
I think it used to be her ballet academy. I think.
Academy, that's the word. Yeah. And so she's there. This old lady now, and she's like, how old? I mean, you can't really even tell.
She's like, they said she's over 100.
Yeah. And so she's laying there in the dark in this sort of looks like a gas mask kind of thing attached to her
with gray hair, looking like Morton Joe from Fury Road.
Yeah.
Fury Road. Is that what it's called? Yeah. The Mad Maxy one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, like it's a weird tone from the beginning. There's kind of like not a haunted house sort of movie, but there's like this gothic kind of atmosphere to it.
Gothic's good.
And just, it's really, really peculiar. So as they get in there, it's sort of kind of start to uncover stuff and sort of see what's kind of, like, stuff kind of gets revealed to them. We kind of see things happening in there. Like, then they stumble across this ballerina who looks like a real girl,
life-sized ballerina,
life-sized, eyes sewn shut, and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah, creepy ass ballerina.
Creepy, and I mean it's kind of hard to explain this movie. I don't know if you want to attempt it, but there's a lot of stuff that kind of starts to transpire with the ballerina and that caretaker, not the caretaker, but the what were you calling her? Like the
she was like well, I mean she was a nurse, right? She was actually the nurse trainee went to this house with this nurse lady that was like more senior nurse, but I think she was kind of like a familiar or whatever for vampires.
Right. Yeah.
She was like, we see at one point she like abducted and killed a little girl and basically bled her.
Yes.
For blood for this dance instructor lady.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
To kind of keep her alive. And that's probably why she's over 100 years old. You can kind of figure out, right, watching that.
Yeah. And literally when they went to do the home care stuff with her, all they did was like replaced her blood bag.
Yeah.
But they don't tell you that's what they're doing. But yeah.
But then it gets a little confusing with the ballerina. So you seem to kind of work it out better than I was able to explain. So why don't you describe what's going on there?
Well, so basically this mama ballerina lady, the teacher, she had a daughter and they were both vampires. The vampire daughter at one point ate one of her schoolmates.
Yes, that's true.
Or like, you know, vampired one of her schoolmates, and the mom came in and was like, "We don't eat people that we know."
Yeah.
So, you know, she got in trouble. She got reprimanded for eating people that she knew. The familiar lady, she was also a child that was at the dance school, dance academy, and she witnessed this, and that's how they brought her into the fold to be their human helper, to help them with this kind of thing. So at some point, the little girl gets mad for being like reprimanded, and she like runs outside and like starts to like, I don't know, fry from the sun or something.
It's weird, right? She starts kind of levitating, and it's weird. Yeah, like there's some strange stuff in this movie.
Yeah, and then that's when her mom takes her back into the house and turns her into a ballerina doll.
Yeah.
Like the thing like spins around and the music plays like a music box kind of a thing.
And then she's sewing the mechanism into her back.
Yeah, so the mechanism to her back and like sewed her eyes closed
to kind of animate her or whatever. Yeah.
So that happened. So that's kind of the backstory of them.
Yeah.
And then who knows what happened over the years, like while this stuff is happening, blah, blah, blah. But all the weird stuff starts happening to the friends. And they start getting killed and that kind of thing. Yeah, they start dying. But the nurse girl, once she gets attacked, they almost like try to transfer souls or something.
Yeah, you were touching on that. I don't know if I picked up on that before.
I don't quite know
There's
how
something
it
like that going on.
Like the nurse girl had that thing where you have two different colors of eyes.
Yeah.
And we don't know what color eyes the other girl had, the ballerina girl. Yeah. But when they do this like transfer thing, then the ballerina girl, we find out she's got two different color eyes, but then the nurse girl's eyes are normal. Yeah. So I think they transferred souls
that makes a lot of sense
somehow.
Yeah.
But I'm not really quite sure how.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, more people die, and I don't know the ending. I was confused about the ending. I can't really talk to it very much because I don't really know.
I've seen it a few times, and I still don't really understand it. I mean, like you can kind of project your own thoughts on it, kind of come up with your own ending. There's probably different things that are plausible as to what's happening. But I just, for me, I like this movie in general just because it's different. And I've seen it a few times. I kind of see different things every time, and I don't really know what's happening half the time. But I like the vibe. I'm not a huge gothic horror guy, but I somehow the vibe of this thing I like, and it's just such a unique, weird story that I kind of like it.
Yeah,
I've always kind of liked watching it, and it's just different.
Yeah, I definitely I like the vibe of it. I like the feel of the way it was shot and stuff like that. I liked the story. I thought it was really interesting. Yeah. I just really got confused at the end. Fair. Yeah. Yeah. Like I think I was doing pretty good with following what was going on, the little cues and the little hints. And then I just like around that whole soul transfer thing or whatever it was. Yeah. It just kind of fell apart for me. I had no idea what was going on. Yeah. I liked it up until that point, and then I was like, by the time it ended, I was like, huh? What just happened? I didn't understand. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I think it's worth a watch though. It was good. It was interesting. Definitely. It was definitely a different take on a very different take on like a vampire. Oh, thing. For sure. Yeah. Because it's not like any vampire thing I've ever seen. No, exactly. Because even the vampire thing, it's like subtle. They never like really are like, hey, we're vampires. Exactly. We want to kill people. There's nothing like that in it. It's like, yeah, it's hard to explain. It's very hard to explain. It is. But it was good. Yeah, I'm just confused by the ending. I'd probably give it a. I mean, it's better than Frontiers. So I'd probably give it a 7, but I don't want to give it a 7 because I'm so confused by the ending. I understand that, yeah. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So I did dig up a little bit of trivia in here. Okay. Which is one thing that makes me really like these two directors. Yeah. So I'd like to see more of their stuff if they have anything that's good. Do you know if they have anything good? Well, the next feature they did was called Among the Living. It's French too. I don't know. Yeah. There's a little bit even. I started out really good, and there's a few scenes there I was like, "Oh, this is amazing," but then the rest of it was kind of I didn't. And then they did Leatherface, which was like showing kind of Leatherface when he was younger, and this. It's probably one of the weaker Chainsaw movies. Mm-hmm. And then after that, it kind of just stopped. Okay. Yeah. So. Yeah. Well, what's this trivia you're talking about? The old vampire lady who was the ballet instructor, she actually obtained her master's degree from, I don't really know how to pronounce it. But whatever, it's the ballet school from Suspiria. Oh, okay. Which you alluded to earlier. Right. So a little nod to Suspiria. So they clearly knew what they were doing there. Definitely there's homages to other movies. At one point, I thought that was the coolest one though. I thought that's pretty interesting. It was. At one point they were approached by a bunch of kids, like the 3 kids in their car before, like were they heading to? I think they were heading to the house. They were. And they run across these three kids on bicycles wearing Halloween masks. Very reminiscent of Silver Shamrock masks from. Those were the 3 Halloween 3 masks. They were identical? Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Identical. Okay. Yeah, the pumpkin, the skeleton, and the witch. Yeah, no, I thought they looked different because I was staring at the witch and I thought the witch looked different. Maybe it looked slightly different, but yeah, I mean, it was representing those 3 masks. Yeah. So they run across these 3 kids, which is kind of, you're kind of like, oh, so if you're watching,
Amazing.
you know, you're like, ooh, Halloween.
Yeah.
And then one of the characters starts singing, happy, happy Halloween, 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 happy, happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock.
Yeah, amazing. That's terrific.
Hilarious. That was one of the best parts of the movie.
Really, really good Easter egg there.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. I really like that part. Yeah. And the last one, this is actually probably my favorite. Is there's a pub that the kids go to, that the thief kids go to discuss robbing this old lady. And it's, of course, like a French pub. And the name loosely translates to Slaughtered Lamb.
Look at that.
Slaughtered Lamb.
There you go. Nice shirt.
Yes. So Slaughtered Lamb is the pub that that they go to in American Werewolf in London.
That's right.
Yes. Yeah. With their logo, Slaughtered Lamb logo right here. Yep. Yeah. So I thought that was really cool Easter egg because I actually really like that movie. And that would be on the list of one of the ones that we review because I like it.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah.
It's cool they work these things into the movie too.
Yeah. So I kept trying to remember to look for other things just in case there was other ones, but it's hard to like read subtitles and search for like hidden Easter eggs in the background and stuff like that. So I wouldn't mind watching it again. Maybe even a dub version, which I hate dubbed, but literally just to look for Easter eggs.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I really wonder if they have more Easter eggs in there. Because those 3 were really, really good Easter eggs.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
Like to go to that trouble to put that in there just
for
the genre fans, I think it's terrific.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially, you're starting your career out and you're like, playing it up for the fans of the genre. Oh, yeah. So it's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Well, and I think when people do that, when directors do that, it's almost like we are your people.
Yeah, absolutely.
I am your people.
For sure.
Because the people that are going to be watching this are going to be the people who actually notice stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
And know that kind of thing. So I think it's really cool. Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, which is kind of why I'd like to see more of their movies if there's good ones. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty much all I got for today.
That's all I got. We covered a lot of ground there.
I feel like we did, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, thanks, guys, for checking out the video. If you're watching on YouTube, leave some comments below or subscribe. Greatly appreciate it. Mm-hmm. And if you want to rate us on, wherever you listen to your podcasts, if you can, that'd be great. It'd be greatly appreciated. And we will talk to you guys next week.
Stay creepy. You've been listening to Gore Next Door with Vincent and Lola Graves. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok for updates and behind-the-scenes posts. New episodes are available on YouTube or wherever you find your podcasts.